Okay. So since Mary is in and out, do you want to go over the sheets, Anna?
Yes, I will grow.
Okay.
Let me do that.
Okay. Or we can do it together.
Yeah, let's do it together. That's more fun. Okay.
Which one do you want me to put on the screen first?
Put this one up, Mary, the what you can make.
Okay.
Okay, ladies. So we thought that it would be a really good idea, although, we all joined Mary Kay for a certain reason. I would ask all of you to search your hearts and let me know, or let us know if a little extra cash or a lot of extra cash might be helpful to you and your families right now. So raise your hands, and I can't see you. I'm on my phone, but Cynthia and Mary will be able to see
Okay.
you.
Let's
Okay.
see.
But this is kind of a yearly sales estimate. So if you could get really, really consistent on your bookings, and this is showing parties, okay, but it doesn't have to be a party. Let me just tell you that one of the things that I did a couple days ago, and I should have mentioned it, was I've been asking people to do a 10-minute little Zoom with me. And I grouped a whole bunch of people on together, and I showed the new Skinvigorate Duo. And so I was able to sell it. And it actually took less than 10 minutes. But anyway, this kind of, just to go back so I'm not diverging, this shows a yearly sales estimate if you were consistent. So average beauty experience with approximately 4 guests is $100 per guest. Now, the way you figure out your face average is you would take your receipts, like take your receipts for the past month, right? And you'd add them all together and then divide by the amount of receipts that you have, and that is going to be your average face rate. We used to do this all the time. Remember that, Cynthia? So you
Yes.
would know that, we're $75 per face or we're $100 per face. So this is gauging it at $100 per guest. $400 in sales. An average reorders per customer annually is around $200. This is pretty accurate. I mean, I don't think that this is too high or too low. It's pretty accurate. So if all you are doing is one party per week, 2 to 4 hours, and this is going by in-person parties, but it could be a messenger party, it could be, a Zoom party, it could be your 15-minute things. It doesn't have to be the 2 to 4 hours. $400 in weekly sales by 50 weeks, $20,000 a year, 200 customers times $200 in reorders, 40,000. With a total of 60,000 per year. And if you take 50% profit, because we can take 50% profit, it's 30,000 a year. Now look at how much it jumps when you go to 3 parties per week, which is still, even if you were doing in-person parties and you're gauging it at 2 hours per party, 6 to 12 hours a week. Okay. We're talking about a total of $180,000 in sales per year with a profit of 90,000 per year. And then you go up to 5 shows per week, 10 to 20 hours. So you're still not at 40 hours a week, right? And your profit is $150,000 a year. So what I'm trying to say is we're sitting on a gold mine here. And if you haven't been seeing these kinds of results, it's from a lack of consistency. Because what happens is we will try to get bookings, and then maybe we don't get the answers or the bookings that we want, and then we quit and we think, oh, we'll pick it up again later. We don't see it for the real potential that it is. And if you were at a job and you had a boss over you, that boss would be saying, I need you to call these 40 or 150 people. You're going to have to do XYZ. You'd have all these things that you'd have to do or you'd be out of a job, right? But because you're your own boss, you let yourself off the hook the minute that you feel a little tug of, I'm not doing this right, or nobody wants to do this, or blah, 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 blah. An actual business who has, brick and mortar is going to expect certain things from you. But look at what you could do if you did it for yourself, Mary or Cynthia, do you want to chime in here? Because this is just really crazy. And these are not high numbers by any stretch.
I want to say two things. If you're thinking, okay, I'm not in Mary Kay to make $30,000 a year, then I challenge you to do one or two parties a month instead of a week. And in addition to Anna, where you're saying, okay, what if I don't I don't make those phone calls? Maybe it's that we just don't take the time. We can
Right.
do a lot of busy work, organizing our product, going through the customer list, but not actually. And I'm speaking from personal experience here too, friends. Going through my customer list, but not reaching out to them or not following up all the way. Um, it takes multiple follow-ups sometimes. And sometimes really picking up that $1,000 weighted or 1,000-pound weighted phone as it may feel and physically calling and leaving a voicemail or getting them on the phone.
Right. And you know what, Mary? I mean, like when I was in my previous corporate jobs, you had to do lots of things you didn't want to do. I can't tell you how many times I had to go to a customer who was expecting product at a certain time. And because of what was going on with China, it was going to be months before they were going to get that product. And it was going to shut down their lines. And there was nothing I could do about it. I mean, zilch. And I had to go make that call 20 times, right? Because it was everybody. And I didn't want to. Did I say, oh, they're going to get mad at me. I don't want to make this call. I don't want to deal with this. No, I either made the call or I was going to be out of a job. So I'm just saying that in this particular situation, you have the control to actually make this kind of money, but you have to force yourself to do the work. And so I don't know. I found it extremely exciting and uplifting. If you're going to have to do work and it's going to be work that you want to or you don't want to do, wouldn't it be nice if you could force yourself and then you made these kinds of results? And like Mary said, maybe those aren't your goals, but I don't know anyone on here and I don't know anyone that I know that couldn't use a little extra. You know what I mean? So I thought that this was extremely exciting because it's really not talking about high numbers. It's just the consistency is where you lose it.
Yes.
And the one of the things that we've done, and you know what, when we talked about this was at the very beginning of the month. I don't know if Cynthia, if you want to talk a little bit more about this sheet about the yearly sales estimates. But from there, we want to talk about our promotions because we're giving you kind of a track to run on. And we covered it slightly at the very beginning. Yeah.
Anna, before you continue with that, can I just say, Deb said that she was shocked that she, had gotten those awards, because she hadn't realized it. And I bet if Deb, if you came off mute, you would say it was because the consistency in doing it, the little bits, because it really adds up. So, I'll screen share the next one too.
Yeah. So the next one that Mary puts on the screen is our promotions. Now, these promotions are going to be an addition, and that's what I love. It gives you kind of a track to run on. One of the things we want to establish here today is what do you want to earn? And we're willing to actually give you a prize for getting there, for developing that consistency, because that's the power of this business. That's the power of your own business, is that you can make more money because you have control over what you're willing and not willing to do. So it's really lies in your own desire, right? So the Power 300, and we touched on this at the very beginning of the month. And the reason we're kind of going over it again is because August, we're still at the very beginning of the seminar year, and you can hop onto this freight train and make it happen, right? You can make it happen today. So the Power 300 reach 300 wholesale by the 15th. It's not reach 300 by the end of the month, but reach for 300 in wholesale by the 15th, which is really, help me, Mary, that's really selling 300 a week, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Mhm.
And for those who did anybody earn the call that watched it live? I need to actually share out the recording too. I apologize. Did anybody earn the call and watch the
Sandy
Sandy's not
earned
on
it,
though?
but she's on her way to Alaska.
You guys, I couldn't take notes fast enough. It was so amazing
It
to
was
hear. And I
awesome.
have been trained by Lindsay many times. Laura, were you on?
Yeah, it was awesome. Everything I needed to hear.
I have to listen to it. But so that Power 300 is earn it by the 15th. Now, why would you want to do it at the beginning of the month rather than give yourself all month long? Because what if that helped you to stretch to the 600 in wholesale, which
Uh,
is really about 1200 in retail? Yes.
uh, Anna, I want to interject too. It is called Power 300 because anybody who does 300 or more by the 15th earns it. But if you stretch and do 600 by the 15th, congratulations, Laura, for doing that. You get entered into a cash prize, not only for that month, but they'll have star prizes and they'll have a consistency. If you do 11 out of the 12 months, there's big cash prizes at
Yeah,
the end of the
they
year too.
yeah, what was the prep the because there were like 20 people who won.
I think the very first, I think monthly is $25. And then but they have quarterly, and they haven't done quarterly before, so I'm not sure exactly, but they had $50 prizes, $100 prizes, $200 prizes, $500 prizes. So there's amazing consistencies. And so this is helping to give you a track if you're like, hey, I want to earn $20,000 a year. Well, that's a really big number and it can be very overwhelming. And so breaking it down into the smaller amounts still gets you little prizes. And then the consistency, like Deb's seen, gets you higher than where you've been before.
Right. And then, so the next level is Momentum 300. That's where you reach 300 wholesale in July by whatever time. Okay. That's a big win for some of you guys who maybe haven't really done a whole lot. Maybe you've done, a little and then you've been watching and you want to get started. We want you to pick a track so that you can get started because sometimes the hardest step is just that first one. It's just that first one to get started. The Rising 600 Star Club, that is what, we've been doing. Some of you, I know, I know Tracy and Kim, the 600 a month has been, pretty common. But some of you, maybe that's where you want to work toward. And like
And
Mary said, yeah, there's her T-shirt that you get if you get that done by this month, right? But if you get it done by the 15th, that is going to get you entered into a cash drawing as well. And then the next one down is the Princess Club. This is if you'd like to finish Princess Court of Sales. Some of you, I know in April or May, I was talking to, you were very close to finishing Princess Club. But this gives you a track. This is what you'd need to do every single month to be on that Princess Court of Sales and earn something really, really fun from us. But guess what? Every month, we're going to give you a new prize for hitting that consistency track. And then the last one down, and Mary and Cynthia, jump in if you want, but the Queen's Club, this is for the Queen's Court of Sales. So that's $18.75 wholesale every month. This month, you earn both the tank top and the tote. But when you do it every month, by the end of the year, you finish Queen's Court of Sales and you get to pick out a fabulous ring from Mary Kay.
The bracelet. This year it's a bracelet.
Oh, the bracelet. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Rings. I know Tracy's earned it before. Tracy's won it before. Not won it, earned it.
Yeah. And I know like if they usually give you like a choice between a previous ring And so this year I chose one of the previous rings. So because, and then I have taken, you can take cash, and that's $500. You do get taxed on it, but you get taxed on the ring too. So, um, so anyways, I just have to figure out Trisha and Deb about adoptees. Um, what we do, what I do for adoptees.
Cynthia,
So,
we can
But-
chat about that because I've got adoptees, so I can share
Oh.
how we.
okay, good.
I can help you too, because I was an adoptee of Mary Catherine, so
Mhm.
she just checked in
Yeah.
with the director. Yeah.
So, and I don't see your numbers, Trisha and Deb. I have no way to see it. So you'd have to tell me. So, but I think this is put in the chat who is prize motivated. I can't see the chat though, but um can anybody see the chat?
I can't see the chat, but I don't know if anyone's put it in there right now.
Okay.
Does
Well,
anyone want to
let's see.
raise their hand?
They should be
if
able
you're-
to see the chat too now.
It
Sorry.
depends on the prize, I feel like.
Uh-huh.
Well, and so we need to hear that from you guys too. Like, what kind of prizes do you want to what kind of prizes do you like to earn?
So the thing is, we're doing this with a big group of directors so that you can, earn more and earn a lot of fun things. And so, um, I don't know how much say we have. I guess we could give them our opinion.
Well, Cynthia, of the Power 300, that's something that we don't have really control over. But the other prizes, that's something that we do have control over. So you guys, we need input so that as we are shopping for what prizes we're going to offer, um, then we have some ideas on what you guys like and want to see.
You know what's
Right.
so you know what's so funny? I don't know how prize motivated I am, but I have to tell you that the other sheet makes me very excited. The other
Yes.
sheet about how much you actually have the power to earn.
Yeah.
If
So,
if you could just get consistent, right?
yeah. And the average reorder of 200 is very low.
That is very low. You're right, Cynthia. Because I mean, I get reorders, and it's like $300-400, and I'm like, dang, if I could get those kinds of orders every day, whew.
Hmm. So, especially if people are on, let's see, Deb said, I got my 600 in, but missed the 15th by a day or two. And she said that bag is so cute. Okay, so she likes the bag. We need to hear from you guys though.
Yes, we
Um,
need to hear from you guys. And Anna, I kind of want to tag off of Anna, the next level customer care sheets that we have shared and talked about. And I can pull them up if anybody needs. But it really allows you to see, okay, my customer is on skin, is she on? Things is she on? Or maybe she's on color and a supplement, but she's not on some skincare. It lets you see so you can grow higher and higher.
Yeah. You know what, Mary? I want to tag off you real quick. I had a customer who called me and she wanted to know, she's been forever buying the Miracle Set items, right? But she switched to the Boob Job Set day cream and night cream and the cleanser. And she wanted to know how long ago she had purchased it. So I actually had to go through my receipts because, unlike Cynthia, I have not been typing them in like I should have. But I look back, it had been 7 months and I couldn't find a receipt where she had purchased them, which means that she purchased them last year. So her Boob Job day cream and night cream have lasted her over 7 months. That was a really good, I guess that was really good realization for her because she was like, I don't know how long it's been. Can you check? But if you had those sheets, I'm sure you'd be able to, because it has the date, you'd be able to look at the sheet versus me going through my receipts. And I simply haven't made time to type all that in. But I need to probably hire like a teenager who wants some free product
So,
for me.
oh, now I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
Um, no, that's okay. Oh, here's Sandy. So she's not on her way to Alaska yet, but she's gonna be today, I think. Um, so let's see. I was gonna say something
About
about,
typing in the receipts so that you know what you
yeah.
purchased.
So I'm old school and I write out a paper receipt and file it alphabetically, and I also put it in the Mary Kay system, under my customers. So it takes a little longer, but I have it in two places, which is good. I think, but like I said, I'm old school. I like to see it on paper, and if the system goes down, then I have a backup because I had somebody um message me yesterday and she's like, I haven't ordered in 3 years. And I was like, actually, it was last year and I have all your receipts here. And she wanted to know, like, she wanted to reorder things that she had ordered before. So, the paper receipts for me are easier than going into the, Mary Kay and Touch and the My Customers. Because I just like to see it and hold that receipt.
Same. And you know what? I have all my paper receipts. I just haven't done the work of putting it into Mary Kay InTouch so that I don't have to go, looking through receipts. But I agree with you. It's a good idea to have them in both places.
Oh, Sandy said I'm the same with paper receipts. And um, I know I'm gonna sound old when I say this, but if you're younger, you're gonna be like, oh, I just put it in the system, or I have them order on my website. But I like to be able to talk to them and text them and tell them they have one or two or three or four of my July 50% off, offers. And oh, Deb prints them out. So you have them paper too. Um, because if they go on the website, you have no control over that, if they order on the website. So, and the personal touch is lost. So, and I think that's really important is your personal touch. But if you have somebody on the boob job set, your reorders are going to be more than 200 a year, you
Oh,
know.
and those are nice.
That's
Those are nice little chunks.
Those are nice orders. So I actually did the how I use the cleanser because everything is supposed to last on average 6 months. My eye cream lasts like a year. Um, but the cleanser, I don't, most of you know this trick, but you cut it open and wipe out what's in the top, put it in the bottom, and seal it back up. And I had it for another month. So I had my cleanser for 8 months. The day and night solution are definitely 6 months. The lifting serum is, 4 to 5 months because I
I
love
keep
that.
I keep my camera off right now, so it helps with the stability of my internet. But you guys, this little thing, it's rather large, but this is amazing for scooping out the product like Cynthia talked about. You chop, I'm ready to do that to a charcoal mask. Chop the top off, scrape it out, put it in the bottom. And then I actually that chunk from the top, I cut it smaller to make the lid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh,
you can
yeah.
get one of these on Amazon. You could probably find one at Walmart if you're going to town or something. But this thing I use all the time. It's wonderful.
So in the day and night cream, when it's gone, it's really gone. Because the first time I was like, I like to save money and I don't like to waste things. So I'm like, oh, there's more in there. There is
There's
not.
not.
You get one, maybe 2 days. I usually get one day in the night and day cream. I
It,
love Laura's idea. You guys forget needing to go order that. Use the mask applicator.
yeah.
Oh,
It gets
yeah.
almost everything. It
Oh,
might
yeah.
not get the very, very corners. And I think I ordered this one when I was doing it to foundations.
Cynthia, that is
So,
for real, girl. Yeah. Once you're done with that day and night cream or the lifting serum, there's nothing in that sucker. I once broke one open just to see. It for real gets everything out. Like maybe you get a little tiny,
hmm
not enough to do your face. So
right. So anyways, it's this is exciting and I'm prize motivated. So I really like this. And since the company isn't doing anything right now, I think I don't know. I think our prizes are way better, but
I
that's
think
just
our prices are better too. Like yeah, I am excited about that t-shirt.
Well, you
me
guys, we need
too.
to hear from you on what you like. The thought behind the shirt one is every month there will be something different. So a tank top in the summer, t-shirt in the fall and spring, maybe a long sleeve shirt in the winter, just to kind of give you something different. But we need to hear what you're liking. Um, and some of you are not prize motivated, and that's totally okay.
Oh, she's a sucker for cute earrings. Me too. I love cute earrings. So, Sandy, you earned this tote and you're on your way to earning both the tote and the t-shirt. So, it goes down. And I also when you do 300 by the 15th, you get entered into a special drawing, which she got entered into. Sorry, you didn't win, but maybe next month. So doing 300 by the 15th, it really it's not only good to get that call, that training, I mean, it's also good for your mental motivation.
But think
Your M&M.
Yeah, think
So,
about it, Cynthia. It's these prizes are merely an extra bonus on top of what you could be making. I just want to highlight that. These are just like extras on what you could be making per month. Like the potential is truly there if you're willing to pick a track and get real consistent. Get real consistent about doing the work.
mhm.
I'm going to share my screen again, ladies, because I want you to see how we've been talking about if a customer is calling and they're ordering their cleanser, moisturizer, maybe their eye cream. And this is something in Canva if you had wanted to change it, but it's got lots of the supplements and then your color. So maybe it's somebody who orders foundation all the time. And maybe another, she orders a little mascara here and there, but she doesn't really order anything on this side of the sheet. Then you're able to say, for one, you can know what sample to send her, or maybe ask her to do a skincare trial or jump on a Zoom and watch how we do it. But it really lets you see so that those numbers that Anna is sharing, that you're able to increase them.
I love
And
it.
the other one, you don't have to use every tracking sheet, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming. So please don't be overwhelmed. But I do love how this one lets you know they love the product. Have they been a hostess? You can ask, you can look through and, okay, I want to do one party. I want to do 2 parties a month. Well, who can I ask to be a hostess? Because they love the product, but they've never been a hostess for me. And you can ask them about the coupon of the month, which is sharing the opportunity. Are they in our Facebook group so they can see when we do live things? Anna, you're looking closer. Should I zoom this in a little bit?
No, I'm on my phone. How could you
Okay.
tell I'm looking closer? Oh,
Because you got closer to the phone. Oops.
that's
You
too.
got close. There we go. Now you guys can see it a little bit better, maybe. Do they love the product? Sometimes you don't need to send them a sample pack because they're already on the product. But have they been on one of our guest events? Have they given you any referrals?
Mary, this is a lot like our Power Girl sheet. Mary,
Oh, Sandy said just zoom in, Anna, just zoom in by pinching the screen.
that's what I did. That's what I had my phone close and I was doing that. But that's a lot like our Power Girl sheet. If you have our Power Girl sheet, Cynthia, you want to pull one up? I don't have it on me
Oh,
right. But our Power Girl sheet is very similar to that. The only thing extra that it adds is the career chats. Because
I don't know how to share it on the screen.
that's okay. It pretty much says a lot of the same things, except it doesn't add like the Facebook part. But there's a spot on there to put your career chats, because as you are booking,
Oh, yeah.
coaching, selling,
Sharing.
what we want to do is we want to be talking to ladies about the opportunity. And I want to tell you, because last month in June, one of the things that really, really, really helped was being able to get 4 of my team members qualified. That made a huge difference. It would make a huge difference as a beauty consultant because you get extra bonuses, cash bonuses. But on top of it, it really helps to move the needle forward. So one of the things that Mary Catherine used to teach us long ago is your sales are today's money, right? But your recruiting checks, that is money that's building for a lifetime.
I think
So
she calls that her forever money. Your sales are today's money. Your
yeah,
bookings are tomorrow's money. And your recruiting is your forever money.
correct. Correct. So I don't know. This is just super exciting to me. I have these 2 pages for myself so that I remind myself. It's just all about the consistency.
Hmm.
Does
So,
anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to share what their goals are, how much they want to make? I know lots of you guys, this is a second job. So you're not looking at the 150,000. This is Anna's only job. This is mine and Cynthia's only job. So we do want the higher numbers, but maybe, like I said, that's why it's totally okay if you are just wanting to make, do 1 party a month or 2 parties a month. Laura says $700 a month profit.
Can I point out though, ladies,
Yeah.
even at the 5 shows or parties per week, we're talking there, it's 10 to 20 hours. So like if you were thinking, I need to pay off some debt, this is how you do it. That's what this business actually was meant to do. Can you imagine if you got real consistent?
So the other thing, if you want to share, is why did you get started with Mary Kay? So any of those things. And Deanne's okay, Laura said 700 a month profit. So you really need to do a little bit more than 1,400 just because of if you give, if you do the 50% off sheet and things like that. If they're a hostess.
And did Laura say she wanted the car?
Oh, she wants the car.
Laura, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. And then Deanne said, I want to dip my toes, 1 party to start, maybe a messenger party. And Laura said that's why she started, was to make money and to earn the card. I don't know if you knew about the card, Laura, but to earn money and now the car. So good. Okay, let's see, Shauna. I don't have a set number, but my goal is to try the messenger party since I'm struggling getting an in-person party. So that's good. And it's all about the numbers and how many people you ask too. So, keep that in mind. Is
The
that
key,
you just keep asking. Because
well,
everyone has skin.
the key is, ladies, if you haven't ever done it, and I know I know Cynthia, Mary, and myself always start this way, but you want to get a notebook or pad of paper and make a list of every single person that you know. And I think the messenger party would be something very easy because they don't have to do that much other than to help put their friends in the group. Am I right, Cynthia?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then that's all they have to do. And then Trisha's profit goal is at least 500. So that's good. We love hearing from you guys. I think Tracy and Deb wanted to share, or at least Deb came off mute. We've got about 4 minutes.
Apparently,
Oh,
I
we
was
can't.
never off mute.
Oh,
Okay, there it
okay. Okay, Deb.
Oh, I was trying to type it all out while you were talking. But my goal would be to match my Social Security check. And if I was to clear $35,000 profit, I would have every bill paid off.
Wow.
Everything would be great. Done.
Oh, and you can do it.
You've got this, girl.
You can,
Look,
you
you're
can
showing yourself already.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to share that I had a career conversation the other day too. And she's
Oh,
just like
good.
this much
Ah,
to making a decision. I'm about ready to boot her, kick her in the booty.
You know what? That's the thing. If there was ever an easier decision than Mary Kay, I don't know that there is, because you don't have quotas. I mean, unless if you're a director and you've got a car, you do have a quota. But as a beauty consultant, literally, if you worked, you just have the potential of the upside. There's nothing to lose in trying it or doing it, right?
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
So
And she's
I
got an autistic child too, and she wants to work from home. And she's telling me all these different things that she can do. And I'm like, just do Mary Kay. You'd be fine. A couple hours a day. That's all you need.
yeah, and Trisha has special needs grandchildren that she helps with a lot.
Hmm.
Oh, and then Deanne said, how all of you lift us up. Thank you.
Aw.
You're welcome. That's one of the things that, oh, and Laura says my 15-year-old is on the spectrum. So I have grown children, but they're a whole different problem.
Cynthia.
Girl, the struggle's real.
Struggle's real. It's like you think after they graduate and after they leave, but I will say our girls have never asked us for money, so that's a big deal. They're 33 and 35, so that's a big deal. We taught them something. We taught them to work, but I think when you come from a farming background, Dan didn't come from a farming background, but his parents immigrated here from Norway. And so they worked everything they possibly could to stay in this country because they loved America. It gave them so much freedom. So, yeah, Deanne says when they grow up, it's a different challenge. But, yeah,
Yeah,
you,
we do the best that we can as parents.
right.
At some point, our children become adults and they make their own decisions. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, sometimes, and the Bible says that you teach them in the way that they'll go. And if they go away from you or God, at least they'll have a place to come back. And so just keep praying for our kids, that God will guide them and they'll find their way back.
Yeah. I'm like, everybody should send their kids to a dairy farm for at least a month to work.
Yes.
You know what? Another good thing, if I had known about it, 4-H. 4-H is a
4-H.
program because it really teaches kids good skills and things that they would need to know. It teaches so much, and I didn't really know about 4-H growing up or when my kids were younger. But if I could go back and do something different, I'd put them in 4-H.
Yeah, 4-H is awesome if you can get your kids or grandkids in it. The 4-H kids, we have, well, because we live in a not dairy, but farming community, farming county in Colorado. And there's a lot. 4-H is huge, and those kids they have a work ethic.
They are really, really spectacular in their goal setting. They are responsible because they have to take care of animals.
Mhm.
They have to deal with hard choices because after they've loved and taken care of this animal, they goes to market. I mean,
Right.
there's so many real skills there that I never even anticipated or knew about, growing
Yeah.
the way that I grew up. So
Yeah, so our county fair starts today, and they show their pigs, their cows. I mean, there's all kinds of animals they show. and then people buy them and they go to market. And so they have to say goodbye to them. But that is, I mean, that's the circle of life.
It's a purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, and they learn a lot from that.
I
So,
fail. Try to keep everything. So I'm
yeah,
not,
so
the good thing I'm not in the age group of 4-H.
yeah, so growing up on a farm, you saw that, and it's hard to see your animals go. But anyways, town parade at 10. Everyone have a beautiful day. Yes.
Oh,
So everybody have a beautiful day. But if you want to stay on and share something, I'll stay on with you.
I gotta go too because I have an appointment coming up. But ladies, um, for my ladies, I'll be reaching out to you today and tomorrow. I have an appointment here at 10, so I gotta get ready. But I'd love to know how much do you want to make? Because, sometimes we talk about the contest and the scoreboard, but it's not about that. Most of you came in for a reason. So identify what that goal is. We're going to go ahead and give you some prizes to make it even sweeter. But anyway,
Mhm.
I love you, ladies.
Yes,
Thank you,
please,
Tricia.
everybody,
Yeah.
let your director know what your goals are.
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry.
So that's your assignment for this week. So, but if anyone needs to stay on and